Hello, good afternoon. This is David Sutter talking to you. Today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of February 24th through February 28th, 2020, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute chart. So this way I can see what has happened this past week, and then I'm going to compare that to higher time frames such as the 4-hour and daily, so that I can try and give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week. Okay, so to begin with, let's look at EURUSD. Okay, we pretty much see that it is in a flat range of market. Okay, I pretty much predicted this last week, and yes, the EURUSD is trying to work its way into an uptrend. The US dollar is slowly working itself into a downtrend, while the euro is slowly working into an uptrend. The problem is both these are fighting to go up. Okay, to be honest. So when you have both pairs fighting to go up, you have a gridlock. Okay, that's why you have this flat range of market, and it's okay to trade. Actually, it's very nice to trade. What I would do is I probably would use like a 15-minute chart, for example, and trade off all the highs and lows. All right, when you have a market like this, you're not going to gain a lot of pips in between, but you can catch small pips, almost like scalping, right? So it's not bad, right? If you want to trade from this pair to this pair, from this signal, from this arrow to this arrow, it's fine, perfectly fine, and that's ideal way to trade. The only thing is you need to be paying attention. Okay, so now let's look at some higher time frames. Okay, let's look at the 4-hour and daily. The 4-hour shows to be going up already, so that's a very, very good sign. All right, and the daily as well. So it looks like it's hit rock bottom. Okay, we've had this long downtrend. Now it's starting to come back up. Okay, even if we look at the weekly, look at this. The weekly shows that it wants to go up. What does the monthly show? And the monthly has an up arrow. So all indicators are pointing up. Okay, so this week we can definitely be looking for buy opportunities. What I would do is if you go here, well, the 1 hour shows to go down, but look at this. In the beginning of the week, we'll probably see a drop. Okay, we hit this level of resistance right now, but it's going to definitely retrace and come back up. So do not expect a big drop. Probably, if you look here on the hourly chart, we have a level of resistance right here. We'll probably expect the price to come down here and then bounce back up again. So definitely look for buy opportunities this week. Okay. Moving on to GBPUSD. Again, we see more or less a flat range of market. The price ended about where it started. So what's going to happen this coming week? If we look here on the 4-hour chart, okay, we see the price going up, and then it hit this kind of resistance right here and starting to come back down again. It seemed like the EURUSD, but the daily shows to go down, right? So this is a little bit different. And the weekly shows to go up. I believe the monthly also. Okay, so long term this is going to go up. What I think is going to happen is you're going to see the price drop back down a ways before it shoots back up. Okay, and in this on the daily chart shows to go down, right? But it's never really formed a downtrend. It's just kind of just riding sideways here. Okay, so we cannot say that okay this is going to have a huge drop. What I do think is going to happen is that, yes, we probably will see a drop in the price because it's been slowly working itself down. And the beginning of this week, if we look here on the 4-hour chart, let's try to make some kind of sense out of this. All right, we should see the price drop some in the beginning of the week and then retrace back up and hit this trend line. Okay. If you look on the 4-hour chart, we have a perfect level of resistance right here. And we have an up arrow, but never formed a red arrow. So what I think is going to happen, we'll probably see the price drop some, retrace back up, and form a red arrow when it touches this trend line. And then you're going to see the price drop again. So I would more than likely look for sell opportunities for the GBPUSD, okay? I do not feel that we're going to see any big uptrends this week, okay? because it already had this uptrend here, and now it's just kind of dropped off, and more or less it's going to be dropping. So look for sell opportunities for the GBPUSD. Moving on to Australian dollar, US dollar. We can see here that this past week it definitely had a big drop. You know, not a huge drop, but it had a pretty steady drop. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, watch this. 4-hour chart shows it wants to go up. So we've hit a very low level of support, okay? And I know last week I said that we should be seeing this price go up, and unfortunately it did drop even more, okay? Now, you know, we had this up arrow, no red arrow, up arrow again, right? So question now is, has it hit the final bottom? Impossible to say. What I can say is that the daily chart, it shows to go up, weekly chart shows to go up, and the monthly chart shows to go up, okay? So that is a good indication, right? Now, all these supports, all these arrows and everything are not set in stone. If you look here on this last blue arrow we had on the monthly chart, which was a long time ago, back in 2008, the price had hit this low, okay, and then finally eventually worked its way back up. And it took a few years actually, and then ever since then it's been going back down. The price can and will come back down to this level. I don't know if it's going to go up a ways and then come down, but I can pretty much guarantee it's going to drop back down to that level. Also, there's a level here, okay? And this was, you know, back in the year 2000. This was a long time ago as well. But the price can drop back down there, and I'm sure it will at some point. Okay, we just don't know. Right now, you know, the price is looking to go up. If you look at the 4-hour chart, so I would look for buy opportunities this week, okay? I feel that pretty much all this week, we're going to see this price going up, okay? We've had this long downtrend, and now we've hit a pretty strong level of support, so it should be going up. One thing I would caution, okay, about trading this, if you look at the 4-hour, even the daily, we want to draw a trend line coming down. I could go from this point down. It'd be perfectly fine. And this will mark your resistance, okay? So what we need to do is wait for this trend line to break. Just because you have an up arrow doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have a long uptrend. Yes, this price is going to go up. And what I think is going to happen is the price is going to hit this trend line and come back down. Okay? Just like it did here. So in the beginning of the week, yes, we definitely can look to buy. Around the middle of the week, I probably would look to sell. But keep an eye out for this trend line to see if it breaks. So stick to the 4-hour chart. Even if you use a daily chart, it's still the same scenario. So the first couple of days of the week, Monday and Tuesday, look to buy. And then the rest of the week, I would look to sell. So long as this trend line isn't broken. Okay? So that is how I would trade the Australian dollar, US dollar. Moving on to US dollar, Swiss franc. Again, we see pretty much a flat range of market where the price ended, you know, almost where it began, right? It did drop off a little bit. Like I said, the US dollar is weakening. So, you know, it should be slowly working itself into a downtrend. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour chart shows that it's definitely going down, right? And if we draw an uptrend, trend line coming up like this, okay, we see that we had a very strong level of support that has been broken. So now we have good confirmation that we are going into a long downtrend. So definitely this week I would look to be selling the US dollar Swiss franc, right? So even on the daily chart, okay, we have an up arrow but no down arrow. So, but it has broken this trend line. Okay, so it should be dropping for most of this week. We will probably more than likely see the price drop a few hundred pips, then we will see the price retrace and come back up again. I would not expect a huge drop. Okay, how far? Okay, I said a few hundred pips. Now I'm trying to find out here. There's a level of support right here. Okay, that was a resistance before, so we can expect the price, definitely expect the price to drop down to this level. And how far is that? We don't know. That's 400 pips right there. So you probably could expect the price to drop down to there. There's also another level. Let me see here. Right here. That's a support resistance. So this is a resistance that was broken and is now a support. So probably it's going to definitely drop down to this level, maybe even this level. Okay, so you're probably looking about anywhere from 300 to 400 pips to about 500 or 600 pips, depending on how far it drops. I cannot tell you, but what I can say is that we should see this price drop, and for the majority of the week. Okay, going towards the end of the week, around Thursday or Friday, we will see this price spike back up again. That is what I predict. Okay, moving on to US dollar and Japanese yen, we had this real tight range of market here on the bottom, and it just really stagnant, not any movement at all, and all of a sudden it just spiked up towards the end of the week, right? So what is going on with US dollar Japanese yen? Well, this just means that Japanese yen took a dump, so caused the US dollar to spike up, even though both of these are weakened. Both these currencies have weakened. The US dollar just happened to be the stronger of the two. If we look at the 4-hour chart, we see, yes, the price did spike up and hit a strong level of resistance and is coming back down now. All right, same thing on the daily. So what we can expect is the price to be dropping pretty much all this week. Okay, the weekly shows to go up and the monthly shows to go down. So I would not expect this price to be going up. Okay, I would definitely be looking to sell. If we look here on the monthly chart, I want to draw a trend line. Watch this. So this right here shows a broken trend. So there's a possibility it could go up, but I don't think it's going to be going up. If let's zoom out in the 4-hour. Nope, not there. Maybe daily. Yeah, it's, wait a minute. Trying to see something. Yeah, it broke that resistance right here, but like I said, it got a very strong signal to sell. So we can expect the price to drop down and touch this trend line, okay? And then more than likely, once the resistance is broken, it'll become a support, okay? So that is very, very key right here. And this is why I like to draw trend lines on different time frames to try to get an idea of where the price is going long term. So it broke resistance, right? Hit this and then formed its own resistance right here. Now we should see the price drop and hit this. This is now a support, and it should bounce off of this. Okay, so but are we going to see this price continue to go up, or is it going to continue to go down? That is a good question, because on the monthly it shows it wants to go down, right? So I do not expect any huge gains for the US dollar Japanese yen, although it has been going up steadily for quite some time. And US dollar Japanese yen typically does the opposite of whatever the US dollar Swiss franc does. So if the US dollar Swiss franc is going down, this should be going up, and that's not a guarantee either. Whichever is the lesser of the two evils right here, and pretty much the US dollar is beating out the Japanese yen right now. So in the beginning of the week, I would say this is going to drop and touch the trend line. For the first couple of days, you should see a drop and then spike back up. So if you want to sell right now, you can catch some pips on the way down. About, and see, look at that, 700, almost 800 pips, right, coming down. So that's a nice little drop right there. And then you could catch on the reversal. So look around Wednesday or so for the price to spike back up. Okay, so more or less, we're going to see a flat range of market with a lot of highs and lows. Okay, I would put everything on a 30-minute chart, maybe even 15-minute chart, and trade off of that. Okay, so moving on to US dollar, Canadian dollar. Again, we see a flat range of market right here. Okay, the price this past week has not formed any major trends. It's been pretty stagnant, and what's going to happen this week, we don't know. All we can see is that the 4-hour shows to go down, and the daily shows to go up, and the weekly shows to go down, and the monthly shows to go down. So we've been having these really multitude of signals for the past few weeks. And let me delete that trend line right there. But what we can say is that the price has definitely gone up and hit this resistance right here. Okay. And we know the US dollar is trying to work itself into a downtrend. So we should be seeing this price coming down this week. Okay. Look on the weekly, you hit a level of resistance right here and it's already coming down. Okay. So the 4-hour is definitely working itself into a downtrend. So I would look for sell opportunities only. I would not even attempt to buy the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay. You're going to see this drop continuously, steadily dropping for this week. Okay, we're going to see a lot of highs and lows, but overall, we're going to see the price drop. Okay, so I would probably stick to like a 15-minute chart and stick to sell opportunities for the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay, so anyhow, those are my trade predictions for this week. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. You can reach out to me on Facebook. There is a link below in the description of the video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Also, if you have any other currency pair that you want me to analyze, I'll be more than happy to do it. The only thing I ask is that you please make your analysis also so we can compare notes. Okay. Also, there is a link for my private Facebook group down in the description. Please join my Facebook group if you have not already. So this way you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group, and myself or other traders can assist you. Okay, that's the whole goal of having this Facebook group. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful week trading ahead. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to help you any way I can. Okay, thank you and have a wonderful week.